Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
The way you treated me too many times before. Don't you know you love them, baby, too? Oh, you know I want you there, I wanna be right there with you. I know I gotta keep you by my side till the day I die. Cause baby, ecstasy is in my hand. Oh, when I'm holding yours in mine and walking in the sand. Oh, baby, you know it's fine. But now you done and piss me off. You ain't done something you shouldn't have done. Baby, I'm mad. I'm going on. Oh, I'm going on.
Oh, unmuting the microphone helps. Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the Lost Begotten Oxygenated Fish Tank. No. Thanks for joining me at the 11sies broadcast, which is, oh, look, only like, conceptually tardy. It's actually somewhat the right time to be broadcasting, which is surprising because I didn't get back here till like 11:20. And too busy dealing with drama to even remember to brush my hair before the broadcast. How about that? Just turning on the live stream with the bedhead. So, how's it going, Carlos, Maximo, and Sean? Thanks for joining. Today, I just don't fucking know. I'm really so tired of fighting this fucking uphill battle that I just, I sometimes come back here and instead of actually preparing the broadcast, I just want to beat my head into the fucking screen. I mean, that's how frustrating this is getting for me. Just, instead of a broadcast and preparing with the news, I'm just going to come back here and smash my head into the fucking camera for an hour and a half straight. Maybe that'll get monetized. Fuck's sake. Anyways. So, earlier I talked about how I spent the last week hacking into my dead mother's laptops. Oh, the other fucking drama that I could be talking about that I'm just going to hold back. Still no uproar on Trump's World Trade Center comment. That fucking boggles my mind. I have like not a single anybody. Chris Matthews said something one time, and I'm just like, I'm wanting to go follow up with Chris Matthews and be like, did he issue a retraction? Did Trump not really say that? Because if he said that, then I would spend at least one time a day mentioning that until he was impeached. But, I know about psychological warfare. So I did not just woke up. These are the earlier headlines from today. And if you'd like to catch some ranting about James Comey, I guess you could find the previous broadcast. I don't really have much more to say about that. The radiator did come in, and I did get it mostly installed. Before I was. I'm going to go and wrap that up in the morning, and hopefully the ground will be dry by the time I get out there. And I can, I need to look up one thing I forgot to mention on there. And I need to go ahead and make it 3 of 4 now and post a part 4 so I don't wind up screwing anybody up. I usually say, don't trust my mechanic videos unless you already have like a working knowledge and you're just looking for some familiarity with some stuff. There's actual mechanics who give proper instructional videos around here. I like, this is a reality show, fuck. There's a bolt with a little nipple on it somewhere, I think, that I will have to loosen and suck oil through or suck air through until I get oil for that oil line that goes through the radiator. Okay, so there's this one oil pipe that there's 2 little radiator hoses, like 2 little tiny, like fuel hose for a motorcycle size hose. And they have straight engine oil in them. And I'm pretty sure that I would need to get that air pocket out of there before that's, safe to start up and drive. So I'm either going to hook one of them up and then suck out of the other one, or try to find instructions. Eric the car guy, if you're watching, that'd be really helpful if you showed us how to bleed the vacuum on a regular Honda 4-cylinder. Bleed the vacuum bleed out the oil cooler line on a Honda 4-cylinder. That would be just so nice of him to post. Because I have no idea. I'll figure it out, but at this point, it's just something in my imagination. Anyways, still no uproar about the World Trade Center topic. Comments. Yep, that's going to be in the fucking headlines until somebody says something about it. What's up, Joey? So I'm sure you heard the House GOP has declared themselves official Satanists by denying like 25 fucking million people health care. Basically targeting large portions of the Medicaid programs that help disabled people and elderly people like myself and your grandparents. Yeah, and if you're not familiar with my disability, my spine's broken in 3 places, which is one of the many reasons why I have to rely on revenue from this channel to, I don't know, get by, survive. I'm not really even doing that. Just, it's a fucking joke. It's all a fucking joke. I'm in a great mood, can you tell? The House Democrats, if you haven't seen this, check it out, serenaded the GOP after they passed this stupid fucking bill repealing the, what Keith Olbermann very well described as the first step towards, completing our civilization, first step towards the right to, what do the Republicans call it? Life. Oh, yeah. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, health. Life. Liberty. Pursuit of happiness? What the fuck even is that? I'm not allowed to even provide a unique form of entertainment, provide a valuable service of intelligence analysis, while, at the very least, inspiring major motion picture production. Okay, that has happened on this channel. You can't fucking debate that. Whether or not they were watching and they made the movie based on my stories, or I snapped my fingers and I magically created the fucking movies, that's debatable. What's not debatable, whether or not those stories originated here. Because, there's fucking dates on the videos, isn't there? But no matter what I do, everybody else's ads are coming back. I'm seeing a couple new subscribers. Thanks for subscribing, whoever's recently subscribed. Unless it's just more of the same fucking troll accounts. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. The Dems sang them a little song. Oh, what amusing. other channels getting monetized covering basically the same stuff that I cover. Now, I get into things a little more deeper, but you can't accuse me of spreading fake news. I make it very clear that everything I do here is my opinion. I'm not hoaxing anything. But, you know, whatever. I really just don't know what the fuck to do anymore. Like, what do I do? Delete this channel and make a fucking new one? What do I got to do? You know, history has taught us, should have taught all of you, that when you suppress original thought, you oppress society. Okay? When you try to stamp out people with unique ideas, you devolve society. Okay? Now, I don't need to rely on hyperbole or analogous mantras to justify the fact that I should be allowed recommended videos. I should be allowed algorithmic, leads. I should be allowed full monetization on all of my videos. I don't need to be vague and hypothetical about this. Okay. My original thoughts, my original presentation, my unique fucking weirdness has allowed civilization to hang on by a thread, okay? It wasn't a fucking dossier. It was this channel. And you know, I tried to diversify credit for the initiation of the investigation by mentioning the people in the Ukraine group and the Maidan News Corp and all that good stuff. But they didn't have the first fucking clue without me. That's the fact. Okay, and I don't like boasting about that, which is why I've tried to, give them relatively equal credit, because they were participating. They gave a fuck at least. They were trying to be aware. But I have seen myself, and it's blown my own fucking mind. I've seen myself cause wave after wave of movement before this channel and since this channel's been up. I am someone who has earned the right to be documented and publicly viewed. The media complicitness of the Bush administration was ended by one speech I made right before 5 p.m. on the Abrams Report on MSNBC. Since then, everything's been different. And that was just one little ripple I caused. Okay? And I there are lists. I can go into the shit. But suffice to say, I've at least done enough to where I'm not just some random fucker making videos. Okay? I'm at least smart enough to where my opinions aren't like everybody else's. It's as if you had an ancient mystic CIA agent fucking combined all that wisdom all at once in one fucking YouTube channel, But the AI algorithm supposedly thinks it's just not good enough, not advertiser friendly. I iterate some of the most innovative and steadfast defenses of capitalism there are in the modern thought stream on this channel without writing them ahead of time. Okay? People don't think that's valuable as a vlog. I mean, there's just random morons, with vlogs who make tens of thousands of dollars per month doing nothing. And you know, it's not as though if I made their kind of money, it would still just be me making these grabastic fucking videos. I'd hire a fucking staff. I'd get this shit more professional. You know, I used to be in theater arts. I actually know how to direct and write shit like this. I could make a fucking news broadcast look like a news broadcast if I had the technology and the funding. You know, that's all I'm saying. But I think I've made the most of what I have. I've been what YouTube advertised itself that YouTube had on it. I've been a unique individual broadcasting themselves. But they want to treat me like I've violated something, like I've done something wrong. By doing what? They've never told me anything. They've never accused me of anything. They've just persecuted me. And you know, like, if this channel was just making, you know, the $300 a month that it almost did, you know, it used to be like $230, then it was up to $260. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Eventually, maybe in a couple years, this will be like a check worth getting every month. And I was cool with that. I wasn't going to cheat like a lot of people did. I wasn't going to make fake subscribers, fake likes, all the different fucking things that you can Google how to do. Okay? Didn't do any of that. Haven't done any of that. Will never do any of that. I think the worst thing I do on here is I like my own videos. Huh. Is that, like, are you not even, is that where I went wrong? By liking my own videos? I usually only remember to do it with my wife's account, so I don't, because I watch TV on the PlayStation. Or, you know, fake TV. Fake TV. Should I call you Al? Or just didn't? Oh, Joey, talking about the rough idle. Um, no, having the air hose off would not cause a rough idle on a Honda. Um, the rough idle is caused by the shitty ace, the serpentine belt. The belt is like loose as hell, and the rough idle only happens when the AC is engaged. But thanks. So, Danny, who sent the new radiator, thank you. My God. Um, he can't get to the live broadcast. Like, he's not only not being notified, he says it's impossible to get to it. As in, like when you go to the channel, it's not showing up, right? Here's what you can do. All y'all, whenever we go live, go and post on Twitter or whatever. HTTP colon slash slash. I'll type it out for you. www.youtube.com/C. What's up, Neville? C as in channel / the Lost Begotten / live, and that will actually share so that I can click on that and get to the live stream. Yeah. So that right there should work. Yeah. Short version probably would work if you copied that and pasted it into a browser. So anyways. Ooh, I had an ad on the vid. Cool. And actually, Joey, I don't think the K series IV Tech has an EGR system. I don't think. I'm not sure, but I don't think. I've read that in passing, but I can't graph out every single component of the K series the way I can do with the B series and the H series. So I don't know. Anyways, so as I was saying, even if I'm a moron, I'm a really interesting moron. That's all I'm saying. And there's no fucking reason why this channel shouldn't have at least what 30,000 subscribers, roughly. By now. In all fairness, that's what should have been gained. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. We're gonna take a break.
that I can't take. Swallowing hay as I wait, but for it, it's too late. Never a sin, yet never win. And I still love my evil twin. Thousand tears for my love, thousand tears for my hate, millions more with your blood red. This pain that I can't take. Only your word once was heard, gave wings to a crippled bird. Glaring eyes, spoiled demise, in the made of world he dies. A thousand tears for my love, a thousand tears for my hate, millions more with your blood red. This pain that I can't take. Thousand tears for my love, thousand tears for my hate, millions more with your blood red. This love no one else can take.
So, it's like I got freaking watermarking happening. There we go. Excuse me. All right, so Neville, apparently his notifications turned themselves off. Yeah, I've had that happen too. And you know, as soon as I figured out how Twitter had blocked my account, now I cannot fucking send a tweet at all. I start typing and fucking Twitter just disappears. I'm about to fucking just delete it. Oh god, I'm just so sick of this fucking shit.
Not enjoying the broadcast. I just wanted to point out something about Twitter. It's starting to act like YouTube. People I'm following, like I was following Maximo. I went on Twitter today. I wasn't anymore.
Maximo has been unfollowed. Nice.
Yeah, automatically, because you know how often I'm on Twitter. Not very often, because I don't like being limited in what I'm able to say.
You know, it's just a matter of time before one person they're doing this shit to feels like they got nothing left to lose. You know what I'm saying?
People better be.
I fucking hope it happens sooner than later.
I forgot to mention that to you earlier. That's fine.
How much do I have to flood? How much? What do I have to do? What do you need to call proof? I'm not going to float around in the fucking clouds and tell everybody what to do like that. Okay? But short of that, what thing do I need to warn you about and have it happen? Little control bots. That's what happens. You know, I mean, you'd think it would fucking dawn on these people. You'd think it would occur to them in their tiny little fucking brains. It would still be possible for them to have the correct enough thought that maybe if I wasn't so fucking stressed out about all this bullshit, if maybe I was allowed to at least speak to people, there wouldn't be so much devastating shit happening and, oh yes, about to happen. I'm just fucking tired of it. Fucking tired of fucking everything. You know, when I first heard of these sites that everybody uses now, I knew they were a problem. And I rationalized it. I thought maybe I'm just being a stubborn old man. I've always had kind of a stubborn old man mentality. I've always decided on what I liked and then gotten pissed when it got changed. It's always seemed to me like as soon as they find out I like something, they gotta fucking stop making it. They gotta stop doing it. MySpace. I got on MySpace, and MySpace enabled the fucking Java apps and all the little glittery fucking things that would grind your computer to a halt. America Online. What the fuck happened to America Online? It got inundated with Russian trolls. That happened to America Online. People got sick of that shit. And it started becoming less popular. And for a while it was diversity. For a while it was some people went to Yahoo, some people went to MySpace. And then Facebook came out. And everybody on the TV told you had to be on Facebook. And Twitter. Oh, you had to be on Twitter too. So I think, okay, I'll get on Facebook. I get on there. I find, 300 fucking people I know from high school and all kinds of shit. Cool. Then the invasion of Ukraine happens. I start using it for that. Suddenly I start seeing, I have friends that care about the same things I do. And it just doesn't seem like any of them are seeing my posts. And I've had friends who were probably making a lot of posts that I wasn't seeing too, that their friends weren't seeing too, because they were Democrats, and for no other fucking reason. Some of those friends have died. Okay? Get that through your skulls. I have a friend named Christy Conrad. Had. She was a PhD in medicine. She had a few years back weight loss surgery, kept it off. Was otherwise doing rather well. But this shadow that descended over our country isolated so many people. I was just talking with Haley, the person that came over earlier. We were talking about how she's got friends who know people who died recently. Like everybody knows a couple of people who just died recently, unexpectedly. And it's like as if some wave of death has been sweeping across this country. In social media, in some ways, has helped it. You know, they haven't caused it. But what they've done is allow all of the effects and all of the causes for it to take root in society and to become prolific. And it's, you know, when somebody says WikiLeaks or just Russian hacking or fake news or any one of these things, it's not understood what's really gone on. They have to be all discussed together. But, you know, standing up for capitalism, standing up for Western civilization, makes me not advertiser friendly. And supposedly there's, you know, just a couple dozen people who are interested in hearing what I have to say. Just a couple dozen people interested in hearing what a guy who, you know, speaks with fucking thunder, can do lots of things, and also happens to know lots of things, and kind of able to predict things and warn people of very important things. Only a couple dozen people interested in that. Just a couple dozen. Anybody believe that shit? But see, just remember, little demonic fuckers who oppose me, the more you irritate me, the more power I can exert. The more I have to rely on words, the more it's just about the message. The more subscribers, the more views, the more money I make off this channel, the less I can use magic. See, what you're doing is you're building up my karma meter. You're screwing me over and over and over again. And all I gotta do is just pull the drain on that shit, and it flows out across the fucking world. It's not very smart what they've done, which is, you know, why I've called them dumbasses this whole time. Are they that afraid of the truth? Are they that afraid of some crippled guy who lives in a little fucking falling apart prefab trailer looking thing? I'm just, you know, such a powerful messenger that they have to suppress my views. Too afraid to let the truth get out. Too afraid to let me talk. And what has been reaped from this? Massive fires and floods in what kinds of areas? Trump areas. You know? In addition to that, the fact of the matter is, there's a giant war that's been unfolding. And the truth that I've been telling would have prevented it. Could still prevent it. So just know, whoever is suppressing me, all the blood that is spilled since you've done so is on your hands. And all the blood that will be spilled because you have done so will be a curse to your children. Anyways, so here's the deal, kids. Whenever we go live, let's post out that link to the live broadcast. You know, I know y'all are trying to share the shit, okay? You know, when I post the regular videos, I appreciate that. Another thing we need to start doing is, whoever's the talk of the day, whoever's got the story of the day, you know, like in Rachel Maddow's feed and the different news people's or politicians' feed. Like if that politician is making news that day, go into their feeds, you know, onto their social media, and tell them about the warnings that have been given. Tell them about, you know, the counter intel op that I've tried to undertake here. Post links in those kinds of places, okay, where it's active, where it's up to date in the conversation. And that is the only way to get the algorithm to point to this channel. Okay, that's the only way to get people's interest actively on a day-to-day basis. And definitely when the live broadcasts start, you know, just how many places can you post a link that might be interested? People in the Rachel Maddow comments, when those shows have just ended, go in there, post the link to this. And, you know, maybe if the financial aspect could be good enough, this channel might not spend so much time bitching about shit, and I could actually get to the news and proper analysis and things. Because there's things happening every single day. And you know what? Are they afraid of me being involved and me giving my analysis every single day? Is there a logical reason to suppress that? I'm just as much on the Russian people's side as I am on the side of Western civilization, on the side of freedom, of true democracy. And I don't see how anyone could live with themselves for all the death that suppressing me has caused. And I don't just mean any one thing, okay? I don't just mean what's happened in Syria, yeah, I could have stopped that. My truth alone could have stopped that. Okay? I don't just mean this fake election and the suppression of democratic thought and being the only one reporting on that and how that has led to cardiac arrests and overdoses and suicides of fucking thousands of people who just could not deal with this bullshit. We couldn't fucking imagine this motherfucker would win. Are you fucking kidding me? There's no reason that any logical, decent person could fucking bear to see this fucking asshole installed by Vladimir Putin. And I stand up for decency on this channel. I stand up for capitalism on this channel. I stand up for freedom on this channel. I stand up for free speech on this channel. I stand up for quality products on this channel. But I'm not advertiser friendly. So anyway, I guess this whole broadcast is going to be me bitching, bitching for an hour straight. And so I should just rename the title. Oh, and the past couple of days, if anybody remembers to, if I forget, Joey, if you remember to fucking rename those videos to something that sounds more relevant to what I actually talked about. Because I named the video one thing and then I talked about something different and I never even got around to the shit. Oh yeah, speaking of shit that I never got around to, it's in the title of this video, isn't it? About Windows 10. Okay, so I have been a professional computer technician since 1998. And I have used every version of Windows that there's been. And recently, somebody on here bought me a laptop so I could use it for a live broadcast. And that was my first experience with the new Windows 10. My wife doesn't like it so much because it reminds her of that Windows phone that she had that was absolute crap. I tried to tell her that was an entry-level phone. It's not a fair basis of comparison. But she's a little dismayed by the app store type of interface there. But I think it's cool. It's okay. The main thing that I really like about Windows 10 was the ease of repair. I've sent emails to Microsoft, okay? I bitched for a long time about how they've just gone too far with proprietarism. And I think I even made a video a couple of years ago on the channel about what Microsoft needs to do with Windows to fucking just fix it, just to get ahead. And making the operating system more Android-like, and that there's already the reinstall repair stuff there. You can reset it to factory settings. That's pretty cool. I like that. What I don't like is that there's no physical password changer. Like if someone forgets their password and brings it to me, I can't help them. Only Microsoft can help them. They have to have had like a live account for like that password information to have been saved with Microsoft and then be resettable via email, like a normal online account would be. That now applies to your computer. And that's something that's Android-like that I think they should have stayed away from. And, you know, I'm not sure what the best practice in that scenario would be, but as a technician, I should be able to reset a password on a local machine and have access to it and get into the files and shit. Not being able to do that gives it the aspects of cloud security as opposed to, you know, a hacker becoming a local user, being able to easily establish credentials on the system. This makes it to where all the identification has to go through the cloud, and that makes it overall more secure. But there's some more old school solutions that could have been implemented that could make us just as secure without adding that additional headache. And you know, I suppose it's not worth it for the technician's opinion because we've all been blotted out of the industry. Um, you know, when was the last time you saw a local computer shop? They don't exist anymore. Because what they've done is not only have they made everything with robots, but they've made everything with robots to be unrepairable. So you can't actually get anything fixed anymore. You have to go buy something that a robot built again. But I like the look of Windows 10. Supposedly there are ways to change the way it looks like you would any other, you know, like modern skin-based operating system. But you could do that shit in Windows XP. Again, what I think is a detraction, but I'm probably very alone in this, is I didn't see any obvious way to reconfigure it back to an older look. Like if I want to get Windows 10, but I don't want to have all the app shit and all the different icons and everything appearing, and I just want a regular start menu, I don't think I can do that. Like I'm using Windows 8 right now, and it looks like, you know, Windows 98. Because I wanted to turn down all that stuff because that stuff clogs up the memory. And if you can turn all that stuff off, then you have more power for processing shit. And you know, if you don't need stuff to look fancy, you should have the ability to make it not look fancy anymore. But you know, other than that, no complaints. They did a pretty good job, and I think most users would find it very enjoyable, especially if they had gotten used to Android type interactions. You know, if they weren't a PC user before they were a cell phone user, you could go from being a cell phone user into using Microsoft Windows 10. No problem. So good job on that. Anyways, Joey is trying to send a tweet, and they're not letting him. Shame on us for complaining. Shame on us for having emotions and being angry that our constitutional rights are being violated. Because I'm sure that's another justification for why they continue to violate them. Oh, he's angry about not being advertised, so we're going to not advertise. He's angry about suppression, so that's justification for suppressing him. How the fuck would you feel? You know, not you were playing a video game and screen sharing and saying stupid shit. That got suppressed. No, you were delivering a message crucial to the survival of humanity in its current free state, non-enslaved state. You were basically trying to free people, keep them from being slaves, okay? Keep a giant war from breaking out, keeping the collapse of your own country from happening, okay? And that got suppressed. Would you be a little bit upset? A PDF voice reader? Oh, for your channel? And just read what you can with your own voice, man. I don't like those channels that have the digital voices and shit. Do it in Spanish. You know? Why not? So, anyways, it is now the Cinco de Mayo. Yesterday was May the 4th be with you. And we are at $50 in donations so far this month. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. I mean, whoever was trying to help us out with the bankruptcy thing, I hope you understand that she got ripped off by her boss right after that. I guess because, judgmentalism set in. And I mentioned to them that I mentioned to Corey that we got the fucking laptop and that I was going to be able to help him with his website. And I was going to, do the business planning shit all on that new laptop. And I bet you he took that as YouTube's making him so much money, they don't need my fucking money. So he didn't have to pay my wife for her work. Didn't pay her for 2 weeks of her work. And then fired her. 3 weeks, paid that middle week. Didn't pay this week, didn't pay that week. Paid the 1 week. And then just fucking fired her. Well, we're at my mom's funeral. And that guy would have been a Trump supporter if I didn't talk some sense into him, but all it took was a couple of conversations with me and he didn't support Trump anymore. Even an asshole like that. Even a guy who would rip off a struggling family. Even a guy who would fire somebody the day of a funeral. Talked to me, didn't want to vote for Trump anymore. Oh yeah. And it's all in for that motherfucker. He's even gone so far as to send like random fucking text messages in the middle of the night that were inappropriate and baseless too, like kind of going crazy at fucking 3 a.m. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what that motherfucker could possibly be thinking. But I don't know. I guess I should have known he wasn't on my level when I saw him acting like he was cleaning his gun on his front porch and didn't bother chambering. You know, like if you're cleaning a gun in front of people, you're supposed to chamber the fucking thing, which means you check, you drop the clip, you cock it once, then you pull the thing back again, and you look at it where everybody can see it, where everybody can see you looking at it. Then, if the barrel of the gun crosses their path, it don't fucking matter. It's cool. No reason to be nervous. I didn't see him check the fucking gun. He's just fucking waving the shit around. The fucking barrel crossed my path 6 times. I was like, oh, great. I'm just randomly, blindly fucking trusting that I'm not about to get accidentally shot right now. I should have known right then. This is not my standard being met. But I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, obviously. To a fault. In Spain, the 2nd of May is Kicking Napoleon Out Day. Huh, that's cool. Anyway. But yeah. We are in just as much of a fucked up financial bind as we were a month ago before, you know, we started thinking that things were going to get better and we were going to be able to like maybe save up for a fucking down payment, maybe with increased and maybe regular donations. We'd be able to get a fucking trailer on that $25,000 property and be real people. Not fucking second class citizens anymore. Now, y'all understand right now we live in a place that is falling apart, but we can't complain about it because we'll get evicted. And I mean, it's not like that harsh, but basically there's no way to repair this place without us moving out. It needs a new roof and a new floor. We can't just move out into another damn rental. I will go into a surreal fit of depression if we have to do that bullshit. I can't bring myself to move again into another fucking rental. And like, you know, credit's bullshit. There's no conceivable way that we wouldn't be able to pay a $75,000 fucking mortgage. No conceivable way. It would cut our bills, okay? We'd have a lower electric bill with better insulation, you know, because we wouldn't be living this vented out fucking thing with the roof leaking and the floor falling up through. But it's like, how are we supposed to get that shit? How am I supposed to focus on that? My wife can't focus on that. She's too panicking on fucking right now. Anyways, I'm gonna stop boring y'all to death and fucking go find something else to do. Y'all should go watch, if you haven't seen it already, tonight's Keith Olbermann. That was that don't help, man. The landlord won't let us work on the house. It's got to be him and his little crew that works on the house, and like, you know, we don't want to fucking bitch about it because we don't want to fucking move. It's just that simple. He knows the problem. If he wanted it fixed, he'd fix it. He's collecting rent on us. He knows that if we move out, he's got to fix it. We know if he's got to fix it, we got to move out. So it's like we're kind of secure in our shitty little place, and yeah, that's good enough for me. Not good enough for her, but good enough for me. Because I've been homeless so many goddamn times. So I'm just thankful enough to not be in a car, you know. Anyways, so let's see what important has happened in the news today. Rather than scrolling through the website, I'll just tell you what I've observed. It wasn't one ICBM test. We've actually done two ICBM tests from two different Air Force bases to the Marshall Islands. And what will probably be reported tomorrow, which I just saw on a little leak channel, is that we've now started testing cruise missiles launched from B-52s. So that's interesting. They are issuing talking points regarding the Trump-Putin phone call as having some sort of an influence on the Astana, Syria conference. And supposedly there's progress being made there, and it's thanks to Trump. Oh, I'm sure. Trump got a phone call from Putin. Putin told him what he's going to do. Putin said, "You'll do this and you'll do that, or I kill your family." Okay, that's what Putin says. Okay, Putin will kill your family easily. Anybody's family, anybody's family. And that's all that fucking conversation went like. Do you really think that they talk as equals? No, they don't talk as fucking equals. He owns that. It is a possession of his. It is a tool for use and nothing more. His whole fucking family are slaves. They're slaves. They might not even know it, but that's all they are. And if you think that a certain level of luxury can negate whether or not someone is a slave, again, you don't know much about history. Cat whisperer. Danny's got a friend in Phoenix, Catman Ron, who's in a similar housing situation. Ron is the cat whisperer. That's some funny shit. All right, y'all. So other than that conference and the ongoing posturing that's going on as far as World War III goes, it doesn't seem like we're really directing any kind of diplomatic efforts towards the North Korea situation, like just kind of perpetuating a standoffish stance while letting that fade and blaming it on China, that kind of thing again. Ever since, Russia kind of slightly, just reinforced North Korea, that kind of made attacking North Korea a bit problematic, So it doesn't seem like we are going to blunder our way into that, as I had feared and warned. So maybe there's just enough people watching this channel to, warn generals and different fucking people who are actually, hopefully, in charge of something. But this here is more than meets the eye. And I wonder just how much of a prop Trump has become. Are we going to blunder our way into North Korea? Or is the shit about to pop off all over? Or are we still trying to kid ourselves with closed doors diplomatic means? Oh, I guess tomorrow will be another day and we'll find out a little bit more. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for your questions and your comments and your contributions and donations. Danny, thanks again for the freaking radiator. That's awesome. It's almost running up. Probably post another video about that tomorrow. Hope listening to me bitch tonight wasn't too boring. I'll try to actually put something together a little more presentable tomorrow. Click the like button, y'all. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.
Now it takes my pain back to raise out of another thing. I know, Lord, I know it's in my heart and baby down in my soul. You, baby, you can't take it no more. No, I know I'm walking out that door the way you treated me too many times before. Don't you know you love me, baby, too? Oh, you know I want you there, I wanna be right there with you. I know I gotta keep you by my side till the day I die. Bye.